So thank you everyone for being here and welcome to this episode of Let's Chat MetaPWR. And this is where you'll hear real life stories, insights, and valuable information. My name is Anna Foley, and tonight we're hearing from Trish Dunham. Trish, it's actually Trish's birthday. So if you're here on the Zoom, pop a little happy birthday in the chat. If you're watching through Facebook, put a happy birthday in the comments. It's fun to celebrate. Trish, does this mean you're turning 43 today?
42.
You're turning 42 and you're a mother of 5 children and 1 grandbaby.
Yeah,
And
and a second
only
one on the
42.
way. Yeah,
Oh,
and another grandbaby on the way.
oh, congratulations.
Okay.
Beautiful. Well, let's hand it over to you, Trish. We'd love to hear from you. And I know you've got a powerful story to share. Can you start with how were things for you before you started on MetaPWR?
Okay, so I need to go back to March of last year for this. So 5th of March last year, Sunday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, I was on the bathroom floor fighting for my life. I was having what is called a SCAD heart attack. So that's a spontaneous coronary artery dissection. That's where the main artery in your heart, it actually tears. I was seconds away from dying, and I felt that. The ambulance, the paramedics, they got there, they got me sorted, took me to Maryborough ED, and 3 hours later, I was on a care flight helicopter being flown to the Prince Charles. Once I got down there, they went in, they done an angiogram, and I was told I had a small tear and a small blood clot. We'll start you on all these medications and you'll be right. Well, that wasn't the case for me. From the Monday through to the Thursday, I had 2 to 3 heart attacks a day. What we did not know at that time was it was actually making the blood clot bigger and it was increasing the tear in my artery. I went back in and had an emergent. I had another angiogram done on the Thursday afternoon, and I'm laying there on a table, stone cold. There's no one around, and they don't actually put you to sleep for the angiograms, but I heard the concern in my cardiologist's voice. And he was, get such and such on the phone. They got him on the phone. He's just like, I'm going in for surgery. And he's like, right, get such and such. I had like 4 or 5 other cardiologists come running into the room. At that time, so they put you in like what they call a twilight zone. One of the nurses actually come up and I said to her, what's open heart surgery? Because they were talking about having to, the theatre was all ready, everything was ready to go. And that's where she said, we're going to have to cut you open like from here to here. And me not fully being aware, but being caught up in the moment, I'm like, are you going to put me to sleep for that? Like that was, and she goes, yeah, we do. And then what really hit the hardest for me at that point was she said, is there someone we can call for you? And then when I said, yeah, my husband, and she goes, well, is there anything that you two share that nobody else knows about, like secret word, secret code? And in my head, I've got, oh my God, I'm going to die. This is not going well at all. Luckily, I came through the other side. I have since that, like March last year, I've had, I think, about 5 Prince Charles hospital stays. I've been flown down twice. I've been in Hervey Bay Hospital. I'm ED multiple times for what they're calling chronic chest pain. So there's a lot of nerve damage done to my heart. When I left the hospital in March, my heart was only functioning at 32, 33%. I was not in a good way at all, and obviously my anxiety really became quite high anxiety, depression, everything that comes with a major event, regardless of whether it's a medical event or a personal event. You go down that mental health line, and it's not nice. I had spoken to Laurie previously, like a few years beforehand, about starting with doterra, but I never got around to it. It was always too busy with work, too busy with this, too busy with that. And it was July of last year I started with doterra. And I started with MetaPWR, not last year. That was this year I started with MetaPWR. But I was using the oils for what I needed them for. I went and had another angiogram done at the end of February because my cardiologist was quite concerned about why 11 months on I was still having this severe chest pain. I shouldn't laugh, but I can now, but I couldn't at the time. So he had me on the table doing my angiogram. He actually said to me, "This time last year, Trish, I did not think you were going to make it off the table." And in my head, I'm going, thanks for that. Like here I am back on the same table, same team. But his exact words were, "Oh, wow." My heart, he was absolutely shocked at how much my heart had improved. It's actually improved. So it's better than what it was before, like what he can estimate what my heart was at before I had the SCAD. So my heart is functioning fully. All the damage that was actually done to the muscle damage and everything, it's not there. It's been a long road, but I take the lifelong vitality, all three of them, and I didn't start off at 1. I started off at 2. I also have a coronary in the morning and night, and my MetaPWR. So I take MetaPWR in the morning, and then I think I seen a comment from it could have been PJ about taking it at night before you go to bed as well, because I don't sleep well. I have severe anxiety, and I took MetaPWR before going to sleep before going to bed, and I slept the whole night. I didn't wake up to go to the toilet. I didn't wake up because I was having a bad dream. None of that. MetaPWR has worked amazingly for me. I no longer suffer from the chronic chest pain. That seems to have gone. I also think that is because of the coronary as well. So I was on this was my morning routine. My morning routine was aspirin, clopidogrel. I was on like 13 tablets morning and night that I had to take because of the extent of the damage done to my heart. I am now only on aspirin and bisoprolol, it's called. It's a mouthful. And yeah, that's all I'm on my heart now is 2 medications. So I really do. I noticed the changes. It wasn't straight away. It's not going to happen overnight. I cannot sit here and tell you that you're going to see results overnight, because you're not. It takes time. You need to be consistent, and healthy habit stacking as well is really important. So for me, it's my MetaPWR in the morning. It is MetaPWR Assist. I have 2 drops of the MetaPWR oil in with my MetaPWR sachet. And then I will go on, I will take my aspirin, and I will take my lifelong vitality and my copi-EBA. And then have my breakfast. I will have one, so I still do use copi-EBA because it's for inflammation. So when I had my SCAD heart attack, it was actually, I had broken heart syndrome, which is where your arteries actually strangle your heart. I had pericarditis, so my heart was all enlarged. And what was the other thing? I had the heart attack and I had the SCAD. So I had 4 things going on at once. My heart really should have given out and given way. But it didn't, and I'm still here. So I use, because I was on so many pills and I was really restricted to, I can't take any anti-inflammatory. I was under no circumstances was I allowed to take any other anti-inflammatories, been on 2 blood thinners. If I had taken anything else, it would have thinned my blood even more, and it could have led for me having a stroke. I did speak to my cardiologist about the copi-EBA soft gels, and he said, go for it. If it works, great. He goes, it's natural. So I'm more than happy for you to do what you think is working for you. So that is why I'm not prepared. I noticed last time when I ran out of MetaPWR what happened, and my mental health went down. My pain all came back. And then as soon as I got my MetaPWR pack, I started back on my MetaPWR and my lifelong vitality and my copi-EBA, and everything settled. So I, don't risk running out. But that's why I take my copi-EBA, because otherwise I could be going through, no word of a lie, I was using a sleeper, an antidepressant, and about 10 milligrams of Valium just to get 4 to 5 hours sleep at night. That's not good. It was nothing for me to go through 10 Panadeine Forte or 30 milligrams of codeine a day to try and deal with my pain. And that on the mental health on top of that, and then going to your local hospital and them treating you like you're just there for pain pills, and disregarding your symptoms and that you're a human being and that this happened to you. That all comes into consideration and affects your mental health. The MetaPWR, I have, since I started on the MetaPWR, I've been to hospital once or twice for chest pain, and that was because I've run out of my MetaPWR. I honestly, in my head, yes, I thought doterra products were great. I wouldn't invest in them, but I didn't think they were that good that they were going to actually work this miracle for me. I'd been living in extreme pain, like to the point where I wouldn't even be able to get out of bed and take my kids to school. I would have to call my husband because I physically could not do it. I was in so much chest pain. And then your anxiety kicks off. Like, for about 6 months there, every second or third day, we had the ambulance out, and I was going to ED for chest pain. That is the extent of what we had to deal with as a family. Since using the oils and starting MetaPWR, as I said, when I run out of MetaPWR, because yes, adaptive is a huge one for me, but so is my Shinra and Yuku. But when I run out of MetaPWR, I think I had the embos out twice. And I just, no, not going to run out of the MetaPWR, not going to run out of the copi-EBA, and not going to run out of the LLV. To me, it's not worth my mental health. It's not worth going through all that physical pain. And for my family, my 12-year-old, my 12-year-old daughter, like, I had to have a sheet printed out on the fridge of my basic, what had happened, the address, my age, my medical history, what medications I was on, in case they come home from school and I was unresponsive and she had to call a paramedic. We had to have that plan in place when she was 10 years. 10? Yeah, she turned 11 last year, turns 12 this year. Yeah, so when she was 10, I had to put that responsibility on my 10-year-old child. And then also had to put the responsibility of, making sure the front door was unlocked, and everything was put away for my 5-year-old son. So for me to run out of MetaPWR, it is not worth it. It is not worth what it does to me personally, and then what it does to my children and what it does to my husband.
Trish, you've shared so open-heartedly with us, and it's profound to hear what MetaPWR has done for you. I just want to, first of all, acknowledge, thank you for being so raw and so courageous in sharing your story. It must bring it up in some sense emotionally, do you find, when you're telling it?
It does, but today, like more so today, this time, like, I'll be raw and I'll be honest. This time last year, my birthday, I was drinking and I was smoking cigarettes because I was like, oh, hey, I've knocked on death's door and I beat it. I'm invincible. No, I'm not. It was, I don't know what it was, but it was something that changed my mind that last day I had at the Prince Charles, and being away from my kids again and being away from my husband and not being home, that I've gone no. And I got out of hospital and I got onto Laurie and I signed up under Jody. But I've gone to Laurie and Laurie has guided me every step of the way. And I now look at life so much differently. Don't drink, don't smoke. It is all about, I have been given this gift of a second chance for a reason. That reason to me is to help people. And the only way I know how to help people is through sharing my story and what's helping me. And it's not just in regards to MetaPWR, it is in regards to what those oils can do for your mental health as well. I'm also, I'm taking up my Bachelor of Nursing, so I'm going to go and become a registered nurse. Because I want to be that one nurse that can make a difference. And if it is, I carry oils on me and someone asks me, what do you use? Or do you alternative therapies? I can go, hey, yes, this is what I use. And it works. I've been in your situation. I've been right where you are in that bed, where you're not being listened to, where you're not being heard. And this is going to make me cry because that is the hardest thing, when you're laying in a bed and you're curled up in the fetal position and you're in pain and you've got nurses looking at you and going, well, I'm not giving her any pain medication, yet the doctor has advised it. And then you get labelled a drug seeker. But you can visibly see that I am in physical pain. Like, I want to be that nurse that makes that change. I know I'm pushing some loads up a hill, but it only takes one person to change one person's life a day.
Oh, that's so powerful. Well done. I've got a beautiful message here from Serena saying, Trish, this is absolutely fantastic to hear how the Lifelong Vitality and MetaPWR has impacted on your health. Deborah's saying, agree 100%, will never be without my MetaPWR or Lifelong Vitality ever again. It's life-changing. It's coming up quite often, actually, in our Let's Chat MetaPWR sessions, the impact it has when you stop taking it. Yes, Laurie's saying, keep sharing your story. Beautiful. It is helping others, Trish, the more you tell it, because people will relate to it, just like you'll relate to people once you're in that nursing position. Can we go back to, you mentioned habit stacking. So was that a way that you were able to introduce taking the products daily? Can you talk us through that a bit?
Yeah, so I take the MetaPWR Assist, the capsule. I take that in the morning. I kind of, so I don't do things half-heartedly. I'm either in or I'm out. So I jumped right in with the whole MetaPWR and LLV. It was everything all at once. I read on the box or on the bottles with the LLV. Start off taking one. No, I'm taking two. Straight away, I'm taking two. And that is how I done it. But it was the habit stacking after that adding lemon oil to my water. I made cupcakes the other week. I added a drop or two of lavender to the mixture. It's just one thing at a time because it can be overwhelming and it can take a while to get around the whole habit thing. But as I said, for me, I'm either in it or I'm out. And I threw myself in it, and it wasn't until, as I said, a little bit after I'd already started the MetaPWR, that I seen the comment from PJ about taking it at night before bed as well, and I thought I'd give that a go. I now take MetaPWR and I'm out. And I sleep. I actually get a full night's sleep. It's not 4 or 5 hours, and I don't need all those pharmaceuticals to help me sleep. Funny story is, though, with the beadlets, so when I first started with MetaPWR, I kind of forgot all about MetaPWR beadlet. And I was jumping on to do a Zoom with Laurie. And I'd actually just been down to 7-Eleven, and I think I brought a 12-pack of Krispy Kreme. And I'm in this 7:30, I think, 7 o'clock the Zoom one. And Laurie's like, oh, how's everyone's night going? I'm like, oh, yeah, I just smashed like 8 Krispy Kreme. So tonight is an exception. I am going to have some chocolate cake, considering it's my birthday. But I now go for, I'll have maybe 2 or 3 lollies because I love my Ellen's party mix. So I'll have 2 or 3 lollies after dinner when I'm in bed. And then I grab a MetaPWR beadlet, and it takes that sugar craving away. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Laura's like,
That is funny. You were busted that night. Can I ask, did MetaPWR help with stopping your drinking and smoking, do you think, as well as those cravings? Sugar cravings?
I think it has. I am now all about a holistic, healthy approach to life. I don't want my kids to grow up like that. That is how I grew up. So I'm breaking that, the generational trauma, whatever you call it. That's not a way children should grow up. And by me, I mean Olivia, my 12-year-old. She loves her oil. I've actually got no lavender oil left. And as soon as I got my BOGO box, she took the Clarify, is it? So she's taken that one. I've managed to keep the others away from her. But my son, so he's got the koala diffuser. He's got ADHD. I allowed him, when I first got the oils, I sat there with him and I let him pick out what oils he thought he needed. And it was just by smelling them. And we made a roller bottle of it. And that's his bedtime roller bottle. Ollie, she's old enough, she knows what she wants. Just go and raid Mum's collection. But yeah, I'm teaching them healthy habits. Over the weekend, for the second time, I made the toilet fizzes. So the first time was an epic fail. I added way too much water, and it just become one big activated slime ball kind of thing. But I've now got these pretty little flowers that are made from, bicarb soda, doterra, essential oils. And the kids, hey, go and clean the toilet. Okay, cool, Mum. I want to clean the toilet because I get to put that thing in the toilet and I get to watch it fizz. But being able to, and this is all, for me, this is all habit stacking, because I'm making changes in my life and I'm making changes in my kids' lives. And at the same time, I'm earning money. As I said, 2 days ago, for the very first time, I hit power of 3. And for me, it was not a business. When I first signed up, it was not a business, was not interested in that. I went to leadership and it opened my eyes up and I had so much fun. I was like, I need to share this. And I can share with others and I can teach them and they can habit stack and, I think everybody habit stacks differently.
It's a beautiful journey, Trish, and I think you've cracked the code there with inspiring your children to clean, to want to clean. There you go. That's just amazing. Well done on that. I've got a few messages here through Facebook too. So Lisa Costa saying, wow, this is unbelievable. Congratulations on your recovery. Truly amazing. She said, how cool is it that your cardiologist okayed your natural supports? Sounds like doTERRA products have saved your life. Yes, you go, Trish. And also congratulations on your Power 3. So lots of support around for you. And do you find that, you're telling others about MetaPWR because of how much an impact it's had on your life and you're meeting new people, things like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of advice? Yes.
I go to markets, so I do markets as well. So I take my doTERRA products with me. I'm finding I'm having more interest and more people asking about the doTERRA product than the products I actually make and personalize to take to the market to sell. So it's quite good.
That's very creative. And what sort of advice do you give to people when they're interested in the MetaPWR in particular? How do you get them started, or what sort of advice do you give them?
I think so. One of the girls that is in my team that is signed up under me, she's got a medical history as well. And so she hasn't actually started with MetaPWR yet. But that is going to be this month. She's going to start with MetaPWR. And I have just said to her, like, we've been friends for 20 odd years. And she's noticed the difference in me. I'm not in ED every second day. I'm not crying on the phone to her every second or third day because I'm in pain. And she's like, Trish, what are you doing? Like, how are you getting around this? Because I'm restricted to, I've restricted myself to pain medications and how much I'll take. And I just said to her, hey, this MetaPWR, it's amazing. But do not be misguided and think that you're going to see improvements overnight, because it takes time. And that's the
right.
thing. You've really got to give it time to work. It's not a quick fix. But I'm lucky. So I this is how severe my case was. I actually have my cardiologist. I've got his direct mobile number. So if I have chest pain or anything, doesn't matter what time, day or night, I can give him a call in the middle of the night and go, hey, I've got this going on. What should I do? And I've still got his number because he won't let me go under anybody else because of the severity of what happened.
Serena's asking a question about grapefruit essential oils interacting with the MetaPWR, and just saying good to get clearance from the healthcare professional, but there's some good information around too. So put a link in there, Serena, you can copy and paste. So
yeah,
I think referring to that.
I highly recommend speak to your healthcare professionals before you do anything if you're uncertain. Don't be like me and go, I know what's best for me, because sometimes there's going to come a day where I don't know what's best for me. But I knew I had nothing to lose by just jumping headfirst in and starting with the MetaPWR, because I had no quality of life. So the MetaPWR was either going to keep me where I was, or it was going to help me. And then, yeah, I did. I, told my GP, told my cardiologist, and they all said, well, it's working, keep going. You're not ringing me crying. You're not, your ED visits have come down drastically. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Trish, you've taken us on the ride with you there tonight. I think you've touched a lot of people who are listening to your story live, and those friends who are here supporting you, and you've got all of us in your community now. So thank you for sharing. I'll just say thank you to everyone for interacting, asking questions, being here. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Trish, we just wish the best for you. Onward and upward. Hey, happy birthday again.
Thank
And
you.
thank you again for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.